State visits Norfolk State here at Eccles Hall in Norfolk, Virginia. Our mini-snap
By the fact they've only got one win in the conference.
And Coppin State is led by Larry Tucker.
Well, Tucker is a really nice player in the low post. He's got a nice variety of moves inside. He can also face up and hit the outside shot. He's the only player in Coppin that's scoring in double figures, and they are a struggling offensive bunch. If Larry Tucker doesn't have a big game offensively, it's going to be a long afternoon for the Eagles.
For the Norfolk State Spartans, it's more of what they will not have today.
Boy, they come into this contest walking wounded. They're without their leading scorer, their leading rebounder, and their leading assist man, without Terrence Winston, Jamal Mills, and Edward Seward. So the burden of proof clearly falls on sophomore guard Nick Bird, the consummate point guard, according to Will Jones. In 38 minutes in their last game Monday night against Bethune-Cookman, Bird had 15 points, but moreover, no turnovers. This is a team that has to play smart, and Bird is the key to the game.
That leads us to the Nike keys to the game.
As far as Coppin is concerned, they've got to make shots. They've got to score. That's the key. If they're not making shots, they can't put it in the basket. They're not going to win. As far as Norfolk State is concerned, they're running Will Jones sets to perfection. They got to finish those point-blank looks, and moreover, they got to make their free throws, only shooting 60% as a team from the crib.
Eagles and Spartans both want to begin anew in the second half of the season. Tip off when we come back.
Hello, I'm Charles Harris, Commissioner of the Mid-Eastern Athletics Conference. On behalf of our 3,000 student athletes, our 200,000 alumni, and our 11 member institutions, I'm delighted you've joined us for this telecast. The MEAC is committed to and plays a leadership role in providing high-quality competitive opportunities and experiences for all of our students. Visit our website at meacsports.com to follow your favorite teams, to learn more about us or our member institutions.
Love letters, birthday cards, invitations, good news. What would life be without them? The United States Postal Service is doing everything we can to make mail safe for us all. Life goes on, including the celebration of Black History Month. In its 25th year, the Black Heritage Series honors the writer Langston Hughes with a commemorative stamp. He never let anyone or anything stop him from writing a poem, a song, a story, or a letter. We won't either.
MEAC basketball is coming to Richmond March 4th through 9th. It's a week of intensified basketball action. Don't miss any of the excitement as teams compete to see who will advance to the big dance. Tickets are on sale at participating Ticketmaster outlets. All MEAC schools at www.meacsports.com or call 804-262-8100. It's the MEAC Basketball Tournament, March 4th through 9th. See you there.
Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference basketball is brought to you by Bank of America, the United States Postal Service, Xerox, Coca-Cola, Nike, Kroger's, U.S. Airways, and the NBC Network. Alexi Ferreira, Robert Smith, Michael Poster, Larry Tucker, Henry Coulter for Coppin State, and for Norfolk State. Going to see Bird and Smith at the guards, Tao, Alati, and Young on the front court. And Norfolk State controls the opening tip-off, and Darryl Tao with the first 2 points of the game.
You're going to like watching Darryl Tao, the best one-on-one player that the Spartans have to offer. He's struggling to find his flow in the scheme of Will Jones' offense.
Tao, a transfer from Allegheny Community College in Tacoma Park, Maryland.
That's the same community college that produced NBA All-Star Steve Francis.
Larry Tucker answers for Coppin State. The man Mark told you about averages double-figure scoring, 16 points per game for Fang Mitchell's Coppin State Eagles. Derek Smith.
As we take a look at today's gray area DB, I think the key is resilience. Both of these teams struggling offensively. The team that can scratch and claw for the most field goals is going to win this contest. Coulter lucky he didn't get to go over the back call for the foul that time. Good inside position by C.J. Young.
C.J. Young, 52, starting at center. And it's Derek Smith giving Norfolk State a 5-2 lead.
Smith, one of the unsung players in this conference, came to Norfolk State after a career in the military, and now he is a factor on this team.
Inside to Coulter against Young, and it's off, and here come the Spartans.
Well, Young's certainly a presence on the inside. It remains to be seen if he'll be a factor today. And there you just saw a microcosm of what's been happening here at Norfolk State all season long. Wide open look at the basket. You can't get a better opportunity than that. The shot rims out. And there is the dean of MEAC coaches right there, Ron Fang Mitchell. I mean, the list of his accomplishments in this conference are mind-boggling.
16th season, 272, 190, 5-time Coach of the Year in the conference. A very un-Mitchell-like team Coppin State has this year. Helster for 3.
And you see, he's been struggling from the outside all season, and he can score. Mike Poster has big-time scorer talent, just hasn't worked for him this year.
Darrell Toe tried to go along the baseline, slipped. Ball remains out of bounds to Norfolk State.
Fang Mitchell gave the MEAC its first NCAA tournament victory, and there you take a look at Will Jones, another stellar sideline signal caller.
In his second season at Norfolk State, success at University of District Columbia, where he won a national championship at that level. Ball intercepted in the inbounds, but was he out of bounds?
Well, the interesting synergy here in the athletic department at Norfolk State is Will Jones, when he was coach at UDC, the athletic director was current Norfolk State athletic director Obi Moss. So they're hoping to try to duplicate their success on the Division II level in the nation's capital.
Young able to convert inside. Nice defense by Coppin State. Eagles trailing 5-2, come into this one 1-9 in the conference, 3-18 overall.
And Fang called the timeout. He'll take a 20 here. Looked like they was having some confusion. Norfolk went away from the zone defense. They went straight man-to-man, and Fang's trying to make the adjustments.
For Mitchell, we cannot understate the fact that this is so odd, such an aberration for him to have a team playing, frankly, the disappointment is this high.
Well, as you can see, Norfolk State is one of the few programs who've enjoyed some semblance of success in this conference. In the 8 meetings since Norfolk has come into the MEAC, the Spartans have won 7 over the Eagles, including a sweep last year. And that's Fang Mitchell right there. You will not see him sitting down. I guarantee you he will walk a country mile on the sideline before the end of this game. And there's Will Jones, you know, catching a little bit of unfair heat in this area, in my opinion. I mean, like I said in the open, they're 5-5 in the tough conference. You know, this is a team that's going to be peaking. They're going to be a tough out in the MEAC tournament, just like last season. You know, I remarked coming into this game, DB, last year when we had Coppin in Norfolk, this was where things began to turn around for the Spartans.
Larry Tucker now has 4 points. All of Coppin State's 4 points. Well, they trail by 1.
He hit the jumper on his first bucket. He went inside. I mean, he's one of the more versatile offensive performers in this league.
Michael Boyd, the pass intended for him. He just entered the game. Coppin State on the turnover. Opportunity to take the lead.
The defense.
Smith for 3.
Well, you know something? Despite not having Mills or Seward, the big guys inside are making it tough for Coppin to get anything at point-blank range. And, you know, with their woes from the outside, that's a great bit of strategy Will Jones is employing against Fang's team right now. Packing it inside, forcing Coppin to make shots from the outside, something they haven't been able to do consistently to this point in the season.
Timeout on the floor.
They seem to be confused, and let's let them sort it out and come back.
Norfolk State leads early by 1.
Ever wonder how to get a gig like this? By the Learn by Doing hands-on training that has placed thousands from coast to coast. Connecticut Schools of Broadcasting. 1-800-TV Radio. How did these people get the best seats in the house? by the Learn by Doing hands-on training that has placed thousands from coast to coast. Connecticut schools are broadcasting. 1-800-TV-RADIO.
Talking up 30,000 career points, Comcast Sportsnet's counting how many more MJ will put up this month. Claim your seat on the bandwagon. Check out the best Wizards action. Michael Jordan, Brendan Haywood, Bobby Brown, Rip Hamilton, and Popeye Jones. Catch 11 Comcast Sportsnet games throughout the month of February with live pregame reports and exclusive postgame coverage. It's Michael Jordan and the Wizards on Comcast Sportsnet. The best place to go before, during, and after the game. Every day is game day on Comcast Sportsnet with an all-star February. We'll bring you the latest on your favorite athletes all month long, starting with Super Bowl news from the Big Easy, NBA All-Star Game coverage from Philly, the scoop on the hard-hitting NHL All-Star Game in L.A., and live O's reports from spring training in Fort Lauderdale. No matter where our best star athletes are this month, we'll make sure you're with them because we're Comcast Sportsnet.
Norfolk State leads Coppin State 5-4, 16:39 to go. Mark Gray, we are getting closer and closer to Richmond.
You're absolutely right. Just about 4 calendar weeks to the day, we'll be about ready to crown MEAC championship. And Hampton looks like they're the cream of the crop right now, but as the season draws along, it remains to be seen who will be the team that steps up to challenge.
Coppin State in transition. Tucker misses the pull-up jumper. Down with it.
Bad sign right now.
Norfolk State's Darryl Tao.
It's one and done for Coppin just about every possession. They too now switching to a bit of the matchup 2-3 zone, and Toe makes him pay.
Toe with the three-pointer.
He dropped 38 on Howard 3 weeks ago, and he is a scorer.
Nick Bird, the outlet to Toe. So Norfolk State has taken a 10-4 lead over Coppin State. Herrera misses just inside the key.
Well, look at the penetration inside. Coppin not able to convert. Nick Bird eyes above everybody on the fast break, finding his teammate and a finish. They are cranking it up here, the running game that is, the Spartans here early.
Into the backcourt now, Jomi Bird, who is Nick Bird's cousin. He's a freshman.
Nice move that time. Oh, man.
C.J. Young.
Watch the little up and under move by C.J. Young. This kid was recruited as a project out of Olympia, Washington, who Coach Jones now says can do a suicide in 32 seconds, showing some nice mobility on the inside in addition to his presence.
Business economics major, already a chef, says he wants to one day open up a restaurant.
And Will Jones brought him in here and said, look, in 2 years, I'm going to make this guy a factor. And he is fast. You know, you got some guys in this conference in the painted area, in the low post, who are, I guess, their presences. Guys who get second chance points, make it difficult for the offensive players to score, but they really don't give you much offensively. Then you've got players in the low post like David Johnson and Aki Thomas, who are factor players, you know, guys that get touches in the low box that can make things happen. And Will Jones thinks that C.J. Young can be a factor as the season grows on.
Coppin State comes down. You note that they have been one and done the last few trips down. They are the lowest scoring team in the conference, 56 points per game. They've lost 11 in a row, simply trying to find a formula for success at this juncture. They miss Rasheem Sims, preseason all-conference performer, who will be out for another 3 weeks with a stress fracture in his right foot.
Well, I'll tell you something. He's just the glue that holds that team together. I mean, solid yet unspectacular point.